Good afternoon. Welcome to Sunday. I'm 24 hours later than I normally am. I had a lovely day yesterday, and I had to prioritize some things, and this just wasn't above the other priorities. But it is a priority, so I've made room for it today, and what a lovely day and afternoon that it is. My week this week has been very unexpected and expected at the same time. It's been filled with a lot of emotions, and it has reminded me a lot of just to be grateful for what I have. And in the midst of sadness and grief and loss, that life does go on, and that it can be really, really beautiful, and it is really, really beautiful. And there is that duality with life and death, and dark and light, and sun and rain, or sun and night. And in moments of sadness, you can still be happy, and in moments of elation, you can still be sad. And it's to just recognize that these moments come and go, and the best way through everything, good or bad, is just to feel it, because that is what it is to be human. We feel. We have emotions, and we're really lucky to have them, because they're an amazing thing. And and this upcoming week is going to be difficult too, but carrying that light within me, and just carrying the light within me. And it gets brighter, and it kind of shines out when I'm really happy and in good moments. And then it's something that I can retreat within to, and come back to, and pull from when I need it. In saying all of that, I am excited to plan ahead and look forward to the next week, because there's a lot of good that will come, and a lot of life to be lived in various ways. So I'm excited to plan for it, and then also just accept whatever comes, because we have no control, and that's honestly a good thing. Okay. I have I think it's grass stains or something on this. That's cool. Taking my prompts from Dreamy Moons' book. Let's reflect on this past week together. And what a lovely thing that I get to do, to reflect with you. Okay. End of week reflection. Ask yourself, what drained my energy this week? I think it's an important question, and I will answer it, but I think also I'd like to ask you what filled you with energy this week. And you can, depending on what question kind of not excites you, but draws you in more, you feel like you have more that you want to talk about, choose that one. Or you can do both. I'll touch on both. What drained my energy this week, and or what filled me with energy this week. And then if you answered what drains my energy this week, I invite you to ask yourself, how can I avoid feeling like that again? How can I avoid feeling like that again? And if you ask yourself what fills me with energy, ask yourself, how can I incorporate that into my week this week? How can I get more of it? How can I do it again? Same way or a different way? Summarize your week in one word, sentence, or phrase. Okay. And then let's look back on our intentions for last week. did a decent job at completing my intentions, but my own personal projects were just completely put to the side this week, and I find myself on Sunday afternoon really needing to get on top of that, which I might carve some time out for after this while I'm here. It was a fine week in terms of like what I got done, but I guess I wanted to complete more things than I did. It's not like a failure of a week. Just wasn't as, still a little bit behind on some things. But I'll be able to catch up. Setting intentions for the upcoming week. Ask yourself, what do you intend to accomplish over the next week, and break it into categories: health, career, relationships, and personal. What would you like to do, and what do you need to do in the upcoming week generally, and then within those categories. And then once you've done that, ask yourself how you will practice self-love. I will practice self-love by. Okay, now everything that you have just intended to do and have thought about, schedule it into your upcoming week. Okay. How are we going for time? Cool. So, let's see what James Clear has to say this week. Okay, this email is titled, "The Value of Reading One Good Book Per Year and Lessons on Kindness and Generosity." So this is 3 ideas from James Clear himself. In honor of Father's Day coming up this weekend in the States, here are 3 ideas I was taught by my dad and that first were taught to him by my grandpa. 1. You help people when they need help, not when you are ready to help them. 2. Many people care more about being right than being happy. That's so true, and that's something that I've been actually, not in those direct words, but the sentiment of it, been thinking about a lot recently. And kind of again along the lines of like not really caring about what other people think, just doing what I know that I want or need to do. And valuing happiness. Happiness in the long term as my overall definition of success. I'm not going to be happy every day, and not everything that I do for long-term happiness is going to bring me short-term happiness. A lot of the time it's the opposite. It's pain, it's suffering, it's sacrifice, but it's working towards a better me or what I want in the future, or just the person that I want to be. I've also been thinking about how, find comfort in discomfort. Nothing comes without work. Life is suffering. Life, what's that quote? Happiness is not the absence of problems, but your ability to deal with them. All of these kinds of things, because we're always going to be hit head on with things that we don't want to do, or things that make us sad, or things that make us angry or unhappy. But you can't avoid them. There's no point trying to avoid them. There's no point trying to shut those feelings down or try to ignore anything or try to avoid them. Life is just filled with it. But life is also filled with really good things as well. Number 3, you can be relaxed and dedicated. Just because you worry more doesn't mean you care more. That's a really good one. I like that. You can be relaxed and dedicated. I'm going to write that down in the top pages of my journal that I shared with you last week. Was it last week? You can be relaxed and dedicated. Hell yeah. Okay, now 2 quotes from other people that are not James Clear. Firstly, business professor and writer Charlie Becker discusses the value of reading 1 good book per year. Quote, I have a friend who makes high 6 figures as an engineer. I once asked him his secret, and he was like, honestly, man, I just read 1 engineering textbook every year, which I know is 1 more book than anyone else, which is 1 more book than everyone else I know reads. Interesting. And the second quote from another is a short lesson about kindness and generosity. Quote, I heard my mum asking our neighbour for some salt. We had salt at home, so I asked her why she was asking. She told me, they don't have much money and they sometimes ask us for things. So I asked them for something small that wouldn't burden them. I want them to feel as if we needed them too. That way, it will be much easier for them to ask us for anything they need. And he notes there that he doesn't have the original source for this quote. I like that. And 1 question for us to answer. What is 1 activity you are naturally drawn to? Can you spend 5 minutes doing it today? One activity that I'm naturally drawn to. I have things coming into my mind. But nothing that I haven't done in a while that would be really nice to spend 5 minutes doing today. I haven't just read a fiction book in a while. Maybe that would be nice. If you have an activity in mind that you're going to do, please share it. I'd love to know. I love actually hearing about everyone's like hobbies and fun things that they'd like to do, or things that really light them up or relax them or get them into a flow state, because I think they're all so different and so unique, and sometimes it can be really telling of a person, but sometimes also it can just be the most random thing. It doesn't make any sense, but it's so cool. So please let me know. Or if you know a friend, something that they love to do that's maybe a bit left of field, or even not, and it's just something they're so passionate about and they love doing and they really make time for. I really admire people that really make time for things that are important to them, especially when they're not, gaining anything financially or anything, or if it's an act of service for others. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it there today. Thank you so much for doing this with me. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day and a really lovely week ahead. I hope you back yourself in everything that you're doing, and in those times of struggle and resistance, remember the only way is through, and that pushing through builds momentum. It builds your self-confidence, it helps you believe in yourself more, and it gets the ball rolling. It's a compounding activity which turns into a habit. And do yourself a favor and give yourself a push this week. And pushing yourself doesn't mean that you can't relax, or you can't be kind to yourself. For me, a lot of the time, pushing through things is being kind to myself, because I know that I'm doing the best thing for myself. But of course, remember to relax as well. Come out to a park, sit in the sun, go for a walk, give your loved ones a hug. I really look forward to seeing you next week. Bye.